So we'll just talk a little bit about the Uniting Church in Australia, its structure, and also familiarise you with some of the terms for different parts of the church you might hear talked about at meetings sometime. So we'll start off with the congregation, and basically this is what most people would understand we're talking about when people talk about the church. The church is, the local congregation is, the embodiment in one place of the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. The local congregation isn't just a building, but it's made up of people who can be members, members in association, or adherents. In terms of governance, the congregation will have periodic, so generally twice a year, congregational meetings. And the congregation also appoints a church council who oversee the life and mission of that congregation. If we look a bit wider, the next sort of council we have is the Presbytery. And the Presbytery is the part of the church that provides oversight and encouragement and support to congregations within a given region. So you can sort of see the picture on the right that sort of shows the different presbyteries in the southeast corner, and we're part of South Moreton Presbytery. It's important to note that ministers and pastors are responsible to the presbytery, so that's the place you go if you have a major issue with the ministry team. And the presbytery as well meets periodically, so it's made up of ministers and representatives from the congregation. So if you'd love to be part of that and be a representative from our congregation, let us know and we can help you out with that. So if we zoom out a bit further, the next organisation we have within the Uniting Church is called the Synod. And the Synod exercises executive, administrative, pastoral and disciplinary functions over presbyteries within the region. In Queensland, the Synod also administers what's called the Property Trust. That is the legal entity that holds all of our property. And the Synod is also responsible for agencies like Uniting Care and schools, other parts of the church that aren't necessarily directly run by a congregation. The Synod meeting meets every 18 months, and it's made up of members who are appointed by presbyteries. And again, if you'd like to go along to a Synod meeting, just let us know and we can have your name passed on for consideration through the presbytery. Finally, if we zoom out to a national level, we have the Assembly. And the Assembly have responsibility in matters of doctrine, so that is, the faith of the church and what we believe. Matters of worship, so they come up with our services and guidelines around that. They're responsible for governance and also discipline. The National Assembly also has oversight over national agencies within the church, agencies like Uniting World. And the National Assembly also are the ones who maintain our relationship with other churches and denominations, both within Australia and overseas. The Assembly meets every 3 years and is made up by members who are appointed by each of the synods.